Oh my God, there's smoke in the air. And the green light's on. The 0.04 has commenced. Here we are. It is a fresh, brand new episode of Bumps and Bruises to close out the Sleepless Shenanigans. To my right, I got the great good brother returning co-host, Scotty Two-Stone. Thank you for joining us. And over here is a special returning guest of Bumps and Bruises, pulling up a chair. We got the good brother Danathan Daily, Big Dano El Presidente. And, of course, it is your also host, El Tucretente, the Ultimate Sensei, a.k.a. we just did the rest 4 hours ago. But we're here to kick off Bumps and Bruises. How have you guys been doing?
All right. How about you?
Well, I've been great overall. However, I did take a 8-4 L tonight to this man live on Sleepless Radio, which was unfortunate. But thank you for everybody being tuned in. It definitely was hell of a battle. And you pulled away on me and you skirted off.
Just like your hero, LA Knight.
Yeah.
You got the stars.
Well, did he count the stars tonight on SmackDown? We had it on in the background. I don't think he did. Or no, I think he actually did, now that I think about it. Damn. Wasn't looking too good for him. Damn. But to kick this thing off, though, there's been a lot that's unfolded since our last time being live with y'all on Bumps and Bruises. And that is all of the WWE releases that have unfolded. So I thought to kick this thing off, we could see what y'all think, see what we think. But as of now, the official releases from WWE have been Carlito and R-Truth and Sarah Logan. Those are the three official releases. There's some people that people are kind of on the fence about, thinking that they might be next. But the three official releases are Carlito, R-Truth, and Sarah Logan. So what do you think of the releases? And what do you think of the releases? And then I'll share what I think of the releases.
They're going to make cuts. They didn't really have anything for him. Credit didn't have really
anything for who? When you say him, who are you speaking of?
R-Truth, Carlito, and Sarah Logan, all three of them. Like, you had them in minor parts. R-Truth, I mean, at least he got a run before he was let go.
Yeah.
Because other than that, he wasn't used. So, at least they gave him a farewell on that.
R-Truth is useful, though.
I mean, I was about to say
he is very irritating. I love R-Truth.
24/7 championship.
53 time.
Relevant.
Man, he's Ron Cena.
John Cena was a childhood hero.
Him joining the Judgment Day was great.
Oh, that was fucking hilarious.
That made the Judgment Day so much better, but it ruined them at the same time. It made them less serious.
True.
But I loved it.
I like that take.
That is very true.
Yeah, I thought dude, you could plug him in anything.
Carlito, why is he in Judgment Day?
All right, come on. Now, he stole the PlayStation. Because on Monday Night Raw, they didn't have 2K in the background. So somebody said Carlito left and took the PlayStation.
He left and took the PlayStation.
I don't think they should have released either of those guys, man.
Well, Carlito's contract's running out. He should be used to it. It happened to him before.
Well, the rumor is that they offered R-Truth a much lower pay than what he already received.
That's because he's going to get paid by Tony Khan. And then he's going to go out there and pretend it's Monday Night Raw on Dynamite like Bully Ray suggested and other people.
I hope so.
Or TNA.
Like, oh, Daniel Bryan, you came back. Like, oh, dude, that'll be hilarious. I hope R-Truth does something like that for real. Like, the way...
It don't matter because R-Truth can be...
Do you think R-Truth is coming back?
I think he goes to TNA.
This is Ron Killings.
And he acts
and he teams with Pac-Man Jones again and wins them tag team titles off the Hardys.
Oh, shit. No, I think he goes to TNA and does what y'all think he's going to do in
Pac-Man Jones. You got to be kidding me.
Who couldn't even wrestle because that was in the contract that he couldn't get physical.
Yep, sure. Well, now he can.
Yeah. Now he can. Now he can.
This was out there in Big 24. Too bad he didn't have some kind of contract obligation to keep him out of the strip clubs.
I mean, shit.
That didn't service him too well. In the
law, I can see R-Truth from TNA.
Well, R-Truth has the bigger future out of all of them.
Yes, and Carlito, it was nice to see him come back for the stint.
That was nostalgia pop.
Yeah.
Why he's still like it can do it. He can go to TNA too because his cousins are there.
See, here's the thing though
Primo
with
and
Carlito.
Epico.
I think Carlito's going to do indies.
Primo
Because
and
he-
Epico is in TNA, so he could form the Colognes down there.
True.
And I think. His
Well, you
uncle's
know that he
working
just
there.
won an indie championship, right?
Yeah, and his dad's promotion.
Yeah. So
a relative's promotion.
yeah. So at
Yeah.
least he's got to honor that at least a little bit. So like that's why I
Honor
don't think that promotion and being
the
the
title.
champion.
Yeah.
Like I don't see him going to TNA is what I'm saying.
Why?
Because
he's
already doing his thing.
Yeah, but TNA allows their talent to work other places.
Yeah, but he
I
also
watched
wants
Alex-
spaced out dates.
I watched Chris Sabin.
He wants the WCW treatment. He doesn't want to work a lot, and I can't blame him. He's older.
He's like in his 40s, 50s.
Yeah, he doesn't want to. He
But I was
probably
watching-
wants a match every couple of months.
I was watching Alex, one of the Motor City Machine Guns at GCW.
Nick Saban.
At GCW, while they were working TNA, they're in their 40s.
Yeah, Carlito's 46.
Yeah. R-Truth's like 50-something.
53. I want to say
So-
53.
Sarah, she's
Now the
in her
Sarah Logan
30s.
one, it's fun. It's funny that you guys said something that I felt like was kind of a diss to Sarah Logan, even though I agree
And I
with
called
y'all.
her Royal Rumble spot a few years ago. Jobber of the night.
You did.
13 seconds.
She didn't have anything. going for her.
Here's the thing. It's unfortunate that you don't feel like because
It
of
happens.
Sarah Logan's age that she has that potential to, get that stardom elsewhere. But I agree with what Dano just said. At the end of the day, Sarah Logan's one of those people that's like, we literally have nothing for you. Like you are sitting in catering, eating free food every week.
There's a lot of people eating free food and catering.
Yeah, but there's some people that shouldn't be there. And unfortunately, Sarah Logan, I think she could find promise elsewhere. I don't know if it's AEW. I doubt it because, again, that's not going to get a pop. But I think overall, Sarah Logan...
But they like developing ex-WWE guys just so WWE can hire them back and do nothing with them.
True.
Aleister Black, no pop.
Half of them go to the main roster, half go to NXT.
Oddly enough, the ones that go to NXT seem to get over.
That's because they're in an indie.
Rusev and Aleister Black are unfortunately dead in the water.
Go figure.
They're
Where's
dead in the water.
Andrade at?
Jobbing on
Dead in the
SmackDown
water?
tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
got
So the only
he
ones
got
they got
stomped.
with any type of
Andrade counted the
the
lights
only ones
tonight.
you're saying might have hype right now on the main roster is
Well, you got Andrade.
Or actually, wait,
Ray-
Andrade and Penta won tonight. I'm sorry.
Ray.
I mean,
Phoenix
they're
and Penta.
in the ladder
But
match.
Penta
tonight.
got the win.
Or not tonight, but going into tonight, yeah.
But you're in the ladder match doesn't say shit of if you're a jobber or not.
True. I mean, he's just there to do his spots.
Yeah. Which is why I don't really care for ladder matches, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, Money in the Bank matches.
I like the ladder matches. I
don't like clusterfuck matches, and that's just what it feels like to me.
It's a
Throw-
fireworks display.
Yeah.
But
It's
I like
just-
that.
But it's the
I
grand
like that.
finale every time.
Yeah. There's nasty spots they do with ladders, though.
Mick Foley just said on Maven's YouTube channel earlier today, shout out Maven Huff, but he said that the ladder was actually, that and the barbed wire were the two weapons he hated the most. Well, not hated the most, but he said that hurt the most.
Absolutely.
Those hurt him the most. Because he said that's what
I've
shortened
seen
career.
worse. Probably used for weapons.
He did say during the video, he goes, at one point, he goes, I told the Sandman. He goes, he referred to him as Hank.
Yeah.
But he goes, Hank was laying into me with the kendo stick. And he goes, he started hitting the back of my head. And he goes, when he hit the third one, he goes, I caught it. And he goes, stop hitting me in the head. And he goes, then he swung it on my back.
But what can you do with the releases, though?
All right. So when you look
We
at him,
repackaged R-Truth to TNA. You guys think Carlito's doing his
indie
Puerto
route.
Rican thing?
Yeah.
With his family's promotion.
Sarah Logan, I don't know what she does.
Family life, she said.
That
Which
makes
should make
sense.
sense.
Is she married to one of the Viking Raiders? I'm
Yeah.
genuinely asking.
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah.
Which one? Eric or Ivar?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
We don't know. Well, that is cool, though. If she's focused on being a mom, then salute to
Just had a
Sarah
kid
Logan.
Not too long ago.
She had her moments as well on the main roster. Hopefully she got to live out her dream. Shout out Sarah Logan. But that does make me also pose the question for y'all. Because there's two names that people are wondering what's going on with. The Miz and Gunther. Why are they wondering what's going on with them? Because they scrubbed each their Twitter, X, whatever, and Instagram accounts
Gunther's done it
of
before.
anything related to WWE or being any type of superstar under WWE contract. Miz and Gunther both scrubbed everything from their bio. And both of their contracts are reportedly up for renewal coming next month. So what do we think's going on with Miz and Gunther?
Repackage Gunther. Because didn't he do all that shit when he was Walter? Pull and scrub everything?
Yeah, but
Came back as Gunther. Got to repackage.
how would we do that again?
Because you kind of screwed that character over with that whole Jey Uso, then Pat McAfee.
Yeah, you made him look weak. Which I said that from day one, that he should have never been in the ring with Pat McAfee, and people said I was crazy.
Should never been in the ring with Jey Uso.
Jey Uso's
He
much
should have
more
never
credible.
tapped out the Jey Uso.
Let me rephrase
The
that.
tap out to Jey
Let me
Uso.
rephrase
was
that.
rough.
That ending should have been way different.
Yeah.
Let him tap out to his own move with the quickest tap out I've ever seen, too.
That was a quick tap
That's
out.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
He let him pass out like a real man. Like, I feel he should have. If he was going to do something stupid, you might as well just make him pass out to his own move.
Yeah.
Because he's supposed to be that hard, that tough.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you made him look like shit.
Made him look
Or a surprise roll-up. I would have been okay with, like, some kind of weird Darby Allin spot.
where you rolled him up and won. Yeah, we would
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, like, oh shit, man.
That would have been a true surprise too.
Yeah.
A surprise roll up like that in a big moment. When's the last time?
Even if
you've
he won
seen
with the
one
spear, would have been better. Like one of his own move, I like the idea of like the roll up more actually.
Put him in the Darby Allin situation.
I actually, as you guys were talking about that, I shouldn't say talked about, that makes me sound insane, but I configured something in my head that would go along with that. What if when Gunther picked up Jey and went for the powerbomb, if Gunther reversed, or if Jey Uso reversed it, hit him with the super kick and then rolled up pin real quick? Because that goes with, like, you would have never saw it coming. Like the super kick, bam, boom, he's reeling. Hit him with another one. All right, boom, bam. Hit him with a third one. Boom, bam. Roll up pin.
I think that would have been better than the sleeper.
Get him while he's reeling.
I like my surprise
So he's
pick
like,
out
wow.
of nowhere, like the Darby Allin style, not three super. You know how I feel about the super.
Yeah,
kick.
you hate the super
Well, the
kick.
super kick's played out now.
The Young Bucks, the Usos, they both kind of ruined it. I don't know what one's more worse
Well,
at this point.
I
It's
can't.
the Bucks.
I can't.
I don't know because I remember WrestleMania 40,
Dude, I just watched the Bucks on Dynamite. They
I
throw those
remember
super kicks like they're
WrestleMania.
punches.
WrestleMania 40 and the Usos with Jimmy versus Jay.
That was a.
The thing is, man.
So,
everyone
I blame
likes
them
Shawn
both.
Michaels. It's because of Shawn Michaels, man. He made that move, and
I keep saying that.
and everyone wants to do the super kick because Shawn Michaels, that was his finisher. So everyone wants to do the super kick.
But that makes Shawn Michaels' super kick look so much better.
And that was the best
Because
super
he
kick.
did it one time and they were out cold. Now
That-
you have to do it 20 times. So
Yeah.
So is
Jake
Shawn
the
Michaels
Snake
that
Roberts.
much more powerful, or is everyone that much more weak nowadays?
Be a little both.
You know what? It makes me think about it, though. I heard Jake the Snake
I
talk
mean-
about 6 Feet Under. Shout out that podcast.
Oh, the DDT.
When Jake the Snake was,
Yeah.
Jake the Snake mentioned, he goes, every time he goes, I do watch modern day wrestling. He goes, I laugh when they use the DDT because he's like, you're wasting a finish. He's like, you can turn that into a finish. Like, it doesn't have to be a mid-match
Because
move.
like Cactus Jack had one, Raven had one.
Yeah. Sting.
This thing had a modified, like
Yeah,
it
it's
was
still DDT. But
a variation of it. Yes.
yeah, it's a reverse
This-
DDT.
because he had a couple different finishers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Scorpion Deathlock too.
Yeah.
What's the sharpshooter? But you know.
Stinger splash into this.
Yeah.
Hey, potato. It
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah, you don't see.
I mean,
Bret Hart's
he named
finish
it. He
again,
named
whatever.
this reverse DDT also.
The
so-
Walls of Jericho is literally just a
The
Boston
Scorpion
crab.
Death
Drop.
Drop. Yeah. So-
The Walls of Jericho is literally just a Boston crab.
Absolutely,
he
but
calls
a
it the
higher
Walls of
variation though. I think he does a better version of a Boston crab because he has such a high arc on it. It looks like it's right on your neck.
It does look
It
good.
looks more painful, especially when he puts his knee down.
I loved it when he put it on Chris Benoit 2001
when he
Royal
does
Rumble
the actual Lions
in
Tamer.
the ladder match for the
Yes,
Intercontinental
yeah.
Championship.
Especially the younger version of him.
Yeah.
This older version has trouble getting it down like he used to.
I
Them
bet.
knees don't bend.
Yeah.
But that's why he's a rock star. But
Never forget when Chris Jericho tried to hit the lion saw a couple years ago and he fucking biffed it. He couldn't get up.
I just remember.
He fucking.
Oh, I wonder if CM Punk gave the same advice to Chris Jericho.
We're here to make money, not friends.
Talking about real glass.
Because
he had that death match against Nick Gage.
Yeah, he also threw Shawn Michaels head first in the glass and gave him a lazy eye like Biggie.
But Shawn Michaels, that was karma because Shawn Michaels threw Marty Jannetty through a piece of glass and ruined Marty Jannetty's career. I'm pretty sure it was drugs. But
he said, "Hey, Marty, you'll do fine on your own. You'll have a great singles push. And you'll never wrestle again."
Because he was supposed to. He was supposed to hold the Intercontinental Championship.
Who,
Shawn
Marty or Shawn?
Marty. And then Shawn put a squash to it. So he's passed out on drugs.
Shawn's like, hold on.
That was killed because they're going to have the big payoff at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental belt, which Shawn would have probably won.
True.
Shawn would have definitely won.
Yeah, I don't know.
They were definitely rolling with Shawn on that. Well, let's see what we're rolling with next.
But Miz is next.
Oh, you think Miz is next?
Yeah, he's next.
Oh, yeah, he's the next one gone, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys actually think Miz is going to be released?
Absolutely, man.
They're going to keep Gunther, but I think they're just going to stick with Gunther as Gunther. They're going to do something, tweak his character a little bit, but they're going to make him look strong again. He's not going to be near the title picture, but he's going to have a feud somewhere.
Miz is getting older.
Miz is getting older. He's at the twilight of his career. He only shows up for a few things.
He got ate by zombies, so technically we're seeing a ghost.
Yeah, that is true.
I'll never.
You don't even work for WWE. Shit, he's a zombie. He's not even a ghost. He's a zombie.
I'll never forget that my wife had her friend over, our mutual friend actually. This was her first time ever watching wrestling. And I bigged it up. I put it over like you wouldn't believe. I'm like, oh, this is great shit. You're going to love it. It's fun. It's awesome. And literally on match 2, Miz gets eaten alive by zombies. And she goes, what the fuck am I watching? And I literally looked at the TV. I was like, Vince, I could punch you. I'm like, you literally just made me look dumb as fuck.
I'm just saying.
I kind of want to make a zombie version.
It don't matter. They can fire Miz. He's a zombie. He don't need money.
No, honestly, all kidding aside, I think he's just going to do reality TV because he's got his show with his wife.
That's what he did before WWE.
Yeah.
He knows how to make money.
Yeah, I don't see him going and wrestling somewhere else. I see him. Plus, he's had a career with no major injuries.
Yeah.
Which, how often do you say that? That gets overlooked with the Miz.
Yeah.
And that came out on the Talking Smack promo because Daniel Bryan was like, I don't think you're a real wrestler. He goes, you don't think I'm a real wrestler? He goes, I've been here active every week. He goes, I do house shows, live events. I do pay-per-views, TV.
Just because he says he does them, Hulk Hogan says he works 728 days a year.
Well, Miz worked 928 days a year.
I'm sure he said he worked
safe.
He worked SummerSlam last year. And really, what work did he do? Come out and talk to the crowd. Let's just be real.
But it was entertaining, wasn't it?
Yeah, but does that really work?
He's probably getting paid too much for what they believe.
An injured person could have done the exact same thing he did.
Yeah, Randy Orton in a sling used to do that shit.
Yeah. Macho Man, because he was too old to wrestle.
When Randy Orton would do the medical updates, late 2002, that show's hilarious. So we think Gunther stays, but Miz just kind of rides off into the sunset.
Because you could do stuff with Gunther. You can do stuff with him.
All right, do what?
No, you can do. He's serviceable.
All right, Scotty Two Stone, Danathan Daily. I get to ask you just one off the cuff. You guys got the pencil. You're dealing with Gunther. What would you do with him right now? Just say up to SummerSlam.
Oh God.
Up to SummerSlam?
Because you said you don't have him in the world title picture. You said that you could easily do something with him. So I'm curious to see on what both of these answers are. We're shooting at the end of the day, right?
I mean, look what he did between Walter and Gunther, night and day. He can change. He can do what he wants. All you got to do is have him be the big, strong figure he is.
Okay, so then who do you put him? What do you do with him? Who does it go against? Jacob Fatu? You do the draft, you send him to SmackDown and gets him the U.S. title picture?
Oh, fuck. He's beyond the U.S. title. Dude, that's a step
So then
down.
what? He faces Cena?
No.
Well, he's facing Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight title on Monday, and apparently Jey Uso's a shoo-in to win.
Yeah.
Or whoever wins Money in the Bank is going to cash in on him.
I see that too. But I see Gunther going after John Cena. You figure out a way to turn him face.
Maybe you could turn him face.
Someone's got to end Cena. You just got to figure out who's going to be that person that does it. Some young and up and comer. Now someone that's been in the business for 40 fucking years.
CM Punk's going to face Cena at SummerSlam. That's what I think right now.
Well, that's what he said, but he's not ending the run.
Oh, hell no. I was even thinking tonight that Cena was going to be successful and actually take the title home.
CM Punk's a fucking jobber of the main eventers.
I could see Cena taking that title, and the only title left in the company is the World Heavyweight. And that's what they fight for.
Okay.
So you're saying John Cena ruins wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've said that. But I wanted to see John Cena in the Money in the Bank and win it.
Yeah, I thought that would have been a cool angle, too.
And then, fuck it. And then he cashes in on Jey Uso.
I'm taking both belts off. I'm going to ruin wrestling.
And he does it like a couple weeks before he retires, so he retires with both belts.
Yeah.
That's how I end his career.
Okay.
I make him retire with the belts to really end wrestling.
Retire with both titles. Holy shit. That would be something. I don't think that's going to happen, though.
Because fuck, shit's getting ready to get shaken up because Triple H might be next.
I saw the rumor. The rumor is that
I don't buy into that bullshit.
Supposedly The Rock and Triple H aren't seeing eye to eye.
All right, well, The Rock has been out of touch with the world for a while now.
What do you mean that's the final boss? Mama Rhodes!
He also told me that WrestleMania was happening in New Orleans.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
That's Vegas, brother. Hold on there, dude. We got a high market in Vegas,
you know why
brother.
it's in Vegas? Thank you, Stone Cold, for hitting that woman, because now it's going to be in Vegas till she
Rock
dies.
has so many things going on. He probably doesn't keep up, so I don't blame him. He's got his own shit going.
You said thanks, Stone Cold, for hitting that woman. Now it's going to be in Vegas till she dies.
That's her contract. He was drunk, clearly. He had an accident before he even made it to the fucking entrance.
He had too many sodas. His heart was racing.
He was all wrapped up on that Mountain Dew, kid. Like a goddamn spider monkey
he
over
threw
here.
John Cena's war medals over the bridge. But
well, we know they weren't Randy Orton's because that's why he wasn't in the Marine, because they were offended by him being a choice. That Dodger.
He said, to the window, to the A wall.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Oh, is that inappropriate?
That's fucking hilarious. That was next level shit right there.
That's why we do bumps and bruises, baby. Well, now this is where we get to speculate, articulate, and most importantly, conversate. This is where we dive into Money in the Bank predictions, and Triple H decided to make it even easier for us this time. We got 4 matches to predict. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. There we go. We got 4 to predict.
Don't worry.
Sorry, Dooley.
Trump knows you're safe.
I'm on this side of the wall. But to go over the Money in the Bank predictions, you can never be off the rails if you're never on them in the first place. Let's go ladies first for WWE 2025 Money in the Bank.
Okay.
Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental Championship. What do we got?
Becky Hogan, dude.
Becky Hogan.
Yeah.
You're thinking she imposed her will on the booking?
Oh, absolutely. No, she didn't, because she said she didn't.
Well, she said she did. Said she didn't.
I think Lyra's going to pick up another win.
Okay, now I'm curious to ask both of these questions. Do either of your outcomes happen clean?
No, Becky's heel. She'll cheat to win.
Becky cheats to win.
Lyra wins clean.
Lyra wins clean.
Oh, he picked the baby face. No, the baby face is
Yeah.
going to cheat
All
to win.
Yeah.
She flips and turns heel.
No,
Is that what you thought was going to happen? Or
Oh.
Valkyrie,
Man, that's some fucking
the wrestler with wings, turns heel,
fallen angel. I don't know.
becomes a fallen Valkyrie? Ain't that some kind of mythology thing?
Something like that.
So here's what I'm thinking.
That's how she loses.
I'm
her
thinking,
wings.
but here's a stat that I think needs to be known. Lyra beat her for the NXT Women's Championship in NXT. Beat her clean. She beat her clean at WrestleMania. If she beats her clean again, that doesn't make Becky look like Becky Lynch. I think, throwing this out there, hot take Tucker alert, that's what we love to do here. I think Bayley comes out. Bayley makes her return, throws off Becky Lynch. Lyra doesn't turn heel. She still wins clean. But Becky as a heel is like, fuck, Bayley's back. Next thing you know, she's focused on Bayley coming down the ramp. She turns around. Lyra hits her with the shits. Boom. Wins clean.
I'll buy it. Sure.
Bayley hasn't been on TV in a minute, bro.
Because she's
She's
getting
due
ready
for
to
a
get
return.
released.
Nope.
You
Gives
don't
Bayley
know that.
something to
She's
do.
just sitting in the back eating
We gotta
catering.
know.
She's sitting in the back eating catering
It
right
moves
now.
Lyra off of Becky.
Yeah,
and
but I think
Becky
that
against
this is
Bayley.
her great moment to come back. Because you don't want to stick Bayley in catering. Bayley is the greatest
Because
female wrestler of
WrestleMania-
all time.
She took her off WrestleMania for Becky.
Which was bullshit. And again, that fuels what I'm saying.
Becky's scared of her. They're just going to release her because Becky Hogan said so.
Bayley's better than Becky. Bayley's better than Becky. Clip it.
They're gonna have Becky against Bayley. I mean, it moves
I
Lyra out of Becky's way. So, and Becky puts Lyra over.
Well, yeah,
Which
Becky
they
already
want-
stated on Chris Van Fleet that she loves Lyra.
Yeah,
She loves Lyra and she loves Sol Ruca.
Yeah, she wants to put her over. So
The way to break kayfabe. That's what's wrong with this business.
I just shattered kayfabe.
That's why MJF don't like you.
MJF loves me. Happy Gilmore 2
Fuck,
coming out
calm
in
down
July.
there, goddamn Dave Meltzer, with your inside scoops.
That's what I like to provide. So I'm going with Lyra with my outcome. You're going with Lyra. You're going with Becky.
Yeah, because you got to have a rubber match. Because how long ago did she beat for the NXT title? This is a new feud. Got to have a rubber match.
She beat Becky, I want to say, in last October, somewhere around there. And then obviously just beat her again at Mania.
Yeah, like you just said, 3 wins. Because I think they're just started a real feud.
Let it build.
This is in the middle of it. We're in the middle stage.
So Becky's going to get the win
Because if
and Lyra
Bayley
gets the
returns,
rub.
you
Okay.
can get Bayley to
So you're
return.
saying NXT doesn't count?
You can get Bayley to return to SummerSlam, pick up that pop, which would be bigger than Money in the Bank. Night 2.
Oh, you mean SummerSlam Night 2?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're 2 night now. Hosted by Cardi B. Marty
Wouldn't
Gang.
that be the next big pay-per-view after Money in the Bank?
Night of Champions. But yeah, essentially big one, yeah. Night of Champions is done in Saudi, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we're champions.
I could be wrong. But I think
Champions
it's in
versus
Saudi.
champions for the crown jewel belt.
You know what I think about that pay-per-view. I already stated
Way to
that on the
bury your
previous
championship.
episode. Here's the thing about
Fuck
Night of
one of them
Champions, and I said it
titles.
last time. The fucking belt never changes hands. You go up and down the whole card, the belt don't change.
But let's get on to what we're talking about today. That's
Which
Money in
is-
the Bank.
Well, before we dive into the Money in the Bank matches, I thought it would be fun to dive into the tag match, since it's a 4-match card. So Logan Paul and John Cena versus Jey Uso, yeet, 4 letters, 1 word, yeet, and Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul and John Cena. What do we got?
Logan Paul.
Who wins? Who takes the pin?
Logan Paul, John Cena lose.
Who takes the pin, Logan?
Yeah, because John Cena hits him.
Why would John Cena hit him?
'Cause
Why would
he
John
goes
Cena
to
hit
cheat,
Logan Paul?
And they go to cheat. Backfires. He's holding him. Cena goes to swing the belt.
Oh! They
Right.
actually just did that spot on SmackDown, and Logan held Cody, and he hit Cody. So now he can hold Cody, and he hits Logan. I like it.
And Logan needs the pin.
Ooh, I like that booking. That's a solid
Man,
booking.
what the fuck?
You
How
got
else
the
do you
pencil.
book it?
Oh, that's
What
a
were
good
you
one.
going to do? You were going to do something stupid, weren't you?
Yeah.
See, I can tell you're gonna have like Jey Uso eat that pin.
All right, I'm gonna throw it out there. Logan Paul eats the pin. My finish would be.
Now you're going crazy.
My finish would be John Cena's out of the equation. Whatever we've done, we've put John Cena out of the equation.
He's walked away.
He walks away from it.
Old
Okay.
school booking.
I like it. You're helping me. Thank you. You jogged me.
Yeah.
All right.
Just
So
saying.
John Cena goes, forget about this bullshit. I'm done. I'm over it. I'm walking the fuck away. I don't want the tag match. And then what happens is Logan Paul standing there looking like, dude, where are you going? Where are you going? Come on. What? Turns around, crossroads, and then you get the Jey Uso's. Or how about, wait, I know you hate him, so I'm going to do it. Jey Uso super kick. Cody Rhodes, crossroads. Boom. Jey Uso splash. Bam. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeah. Bam. I promise that's the last time I'll do that. But I ain't doing the yeet.
So Logan Paul takes the pin after
Super kick, crossroads, frog splash.
Jesus Christ. And he still
I got an imagination.
He
Brother.
still gets up because you still need 1 more super kick and at least 2 more crossroads. Facts.
That would be so obnoxious.
Facts.
What do you got, brother? What does Danathan Daily got?
I think Cena and Logan win.
Who takes pin?
Yeah, I would say Jay
Your world heavyweight champion takes a clean pin.
from Cena.
Because you got to save up for that Cena Cody Rhodes payout.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes has got to finish that story how he saved wrestling, bro.
He already finished the story, brother.
No, you thought he finished it. That was
New story.
No.
Book
that was
number
just,
2.
That was just the middle of it. Now you're at the part where he saves wrestling. That's the end story.
He's going to hit you with the I am.
See, you
Cody
didn't
Rhodes.
discover who the villain was. See, you all thought Roman Reigns was the villain. He was just a side character. The real villain was John Cena the whole time.
Woo. John Cena. Well,
Facts.
in conclusion to that one, it's safe to say that I'm rolling with Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, Captain Yeet.
Because if they do win, he is correct. Jay's taking that fucking pin.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're saving Cody Rhodes to take out John Cena, I think.
Yeah, Jay ain't taking, Cody ain't taking a pin.
If it isn't Cody, it's Roman Reigns. That's the only people I can see being.
I really like my Gunther theory. Packages as a baby face and let him go after him. Doesn't have to win, just go after him. But what's going on next in this Money in the Bank card?
All right, I'm glad y'all asked. So this is where we get down to some real fun because we got many options here, and to be honest, I think both of them could go either way. I'm looking at the men's, I'm looking at the women's. Which one y'all want to shoot on first? What y'all got, Cowboys? Which one y'all want to go on first?
Let's start with women's.
Ladies first. Here we go. For the women's Money in the Bank match, we got Stephanie Valkyrie, Alexa Bliss, love her, Roxanne Perez, Naomi, Rhea Ripley, and Julia.
Well, it ain't going to be Naomi.
All right. That's what you say.
It
So
ain't going to be.
you say no Naomi.
It could be Stephanie Baker.
Remember, we can throw a couple of picks out here. Like, we don't have to throw out, like, our definite winner. We can throw out, like, 2 or 3.
Oh, fuck that. You're throwing out 3 picks. You're good 50% accuracy at that point.
I love some Steiner math, brother.
Okay,
I love
88% accuracy.
You got your first and second and third place, you know.
See, I'm very well-versed in wrestling. I'm really versatile, just like Danathan Daily and Scotty Two-Stone, which means no matter what takes we give, we automatically off-rip got a 66% chance right off-rip. Then when you factor in how much that we watch and how much that we study this shit throughout our years, then you factor in that we got a 40% chance. So right there off-rip, we got a 104% chance. When you factor in all of the love that we have and time that we've spent into following our favorite wrestlers and to following these matches and to following these feuds, well, now you factor in between me, Dano, and Scotty, you got automatically right there 133rd% chance, which if you factor in that 133rd% chance with that 104% chance, right there you got 137% chance of guessing this shit right. And that's what we do over here on Bumps and Bruises. That's Tucker math, brother. So,
And I had 0% path to that shit, dude.
that's my Tucker math promo. But looking at that lineup though, again, I'm going to rephrase it. You got Stephanie Valcourt, Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Naomi, Rhea Ripley, and Julia. My winner, I'm gonna go off rip. I'm gonna say Naomi. You said not Naomi.
Yeah, no, because Jay's gonna fuck her. They're still trying to bury that feud. It's gonna be Roxanne Perez and make Liv Morgan jealous.
That's one of the people I thought was going to win.
They did just give her a McDonald's meal.
Okay, everyone.
Rox's box.
Yeah,
Everyone
I
gets a
think they should call
McDonald's.
that something different. Because if it's really truthfully going to be called Rox's box, we need to figure out something different. Because I'll order Rox's box 3 times a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If that's what the case is.
What's in it?
I'm afraid to know. No, it looks like it's her favorite McDonald's order.
You got
Looks
2
like
fish
it's chicken
fillets,
nuggets, a cheeseburger.
2 fish fillets.
Whoa, dish to Roxanne
with-
Perez.
2 fish fillets with American cheese, you know.
Yeah. I was just wondering.
Or maybe like pepper jack.
Her boyfriend flunked out of LFG. He definitely better not be watching this show. Her boyfriend sucked.
That's the other person watching.
I
I think she
You
wins.
see a comment come in, motherfucker.
I'm pulling for Roxanne.
Allegedly.
You're pulling for
I'll
Roxanne. I'm pulling
That's
for
my
Naomi.
only
Pick
pick.
number 1.
I'm confident in my
I'll
answers.
have Roxanne win. My number 2 is Alexa.
I love Lexi.
Yeah.
You know who I truthfully think though is going to win? Only because I know how WWE loves to market shit and loves to brand shit and promote shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know who's going to win, right?
Not Naomi, because
No.
Stephanie Valkyrie probably be my number 3.
see, I was thinking
Really?
that. I was really thinking of that. 'Cause I think she has the best shot, but then what? Because she's too new. That's the only reason I didn't
You
do it.
She's
also
also working triple duty. She just worked SmackDown. She's working Worlds Collide, and she's working Money in the Bank. Shout out Stephanie for that.
They're high on her.
She's
That's a
durable.
I mean, there's Julia too, but
She just got called up. That's the
Yeah.
same thing he mentioned.
yeah.
Too soon. I'm going to throw it out there because this is who I
That's what the
truthfully
Money in the
wins.
Bank's supposed to be.
Who wins? Rhea Ripley, Mommy in the Bank. Mommy in the Bank. That's the branding. It's right there. It's on the T-shirt. I can picture the T-shirt now with the briefcase. It's all purple and shit. Mommy in the Bank.
Mommy,
Remember I said it.
Mommy don't need it though.
She don't need it, but they're gonna give it to her.
What if Liv and Raquel interfere?
Don't revive that. That's what I'd say to that.
I think it's
Let
gonna
that
make.
feud
I
go.
think it's Perez
They're
to
out
make
there helping
jealous.
They're out there helping Roxanne.
That's the thing. I don't think Liv and Raquel want to help Roxanne because they're at odds right now
True.
amongst the Judgment Day. They're at
Well,
odds.
Liv said, I don't like. He's not worried about Dom. He's worried about Finn.
Well, because every time Roxanne interferes in Liv matches or Raquel matches,
Yeah.
they lose. Every time she interferes in Finn matches, he wins.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's going
She
on here?
wins. Make them jealous.
Yep.
Building.
You want jealousy and envy amongst the group.
Dude, that sells because that's what you guys like.
Also makes me wonder, okay, now what if
See, look how happy you got now just thinking about
I
that.
did because I thought of something. A thought popped in my
See?
head. It's the
See?
Booker in
See
me.
how this goes?
That's why we love bumps and bruises. Not why, isn't that why we love it? So what popped in my head is she goes to cash in, and the women, as of now, have 100% cash in rate. How awesome would it be if Roxanne goes to fucking cash in and Liv and Raquel are like you said, they're so jealous that they're like, you know what? Fuck you.
It takes it from
Yeah,
her.
and fuck her over and let her get pinned. Like, you're not
Or
cashing
they
that
take
shit
it
in.
from her and they cash it in.
I don't think it works that way, does it? I don't think it works that way.
Why not? Is there rules against it? No one's ever established the rules. You own the briefcase. You own the title.
Well, Miz did take it from Otis in a
I
contract
forgot about
in a
that.
briefcase match.
Yeah,
Miz took it from Otis.
I forgot.
They had
But
a
I'm just
match in
saying
the
they could
briefcase.
just take it.
Yeah,
What's
it's
stopping them? And just cashing it in.
Points are made. Who would be your runner-up pick, though? I know you kind of guys briefly grazed over it. Sorry, I've been drinking.
Yeah, I don't pick runner-up picks. that means you just picked failure the first time, and I don't pick.
I would throw
the first
Alexa
time.
out there.
Well, I'll just say fucking Roxanne, Alexa, and fucking Stephanie and Valkyrie. So
Nice.
That's what's up there.
Well, to close ourselves out with the predictions before we get to the Q&A, because I got a fire question keyed up. We got the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We got LA Knight, Penta, Andrade, Solo Sankola, Seth Rollins, and El Grande Americano. Who do we want to win? Who do we think's going to win? We got multiple picks.
Who is it again?
We got LA Knight, Penta, Andrade, Solo Sikoa, Seth Rollins, and El Grande Americano. Which is a fire lineup.
Fuck it. I'm going out on a limb. I'm throwing this out here. It's going to be awesome. Solo wins, cashes in on Jacob.
Whoa!
That'd be some fucking gangster shit right there.
Solo wins,
and then uses it,
cashes in on Jacob.
Wasted. Just like someone else just wasted theirs, and I can't remember who it was.
Austin Theory.
Thank you. And then lost.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, thanks so much. And what belt did he try to cash it in on?
The U.S. Same thing.
I rest my motherfucking case. He's gonna theory that bitch, but win and start that feud off. He's gonna win because he has JC Mateo doing moves.
AKA Dollar General Rhino.
Dude, the guy's way more athletic than Rhino. Rhino ain't doing a fucking
standing backflip.
Yeah. He ain't doing no flippy shit.
Somebody on Sleepless Radio earlier tonight said, gore, 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 when I threw that out there. I'm going to be honest, man. I like a lot of people in that lineup. Obviously, you guys know I'm a fucking huge LA Knight fan. My guy, he said, I feel like the new fat dude in the new bloodline is going to get buried by Jacob. Diet Rhino. That's what I'm referring to. Wait, how did I get back here? LOL. Well, I'm glad that you stumbled your way back, good brother. Told you Bumps and Bruises was coming later tonight. Right now, we're talking about the men's Money in the Bank. We already kind of went over our predictions in depth on the others, but to sum it up, me and him got Lyra, you got Becky. Women's Money in the Bank, you got Roxanne. I got Naomi or Rhea. You got Roxanne or who?
I got Roxanne.
And then for the tag match, I went with Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. Yeet. You went with
John Cena,
Logan Paul, and you went with John Cena and Logan Paul. Now we are on the men's Money in the Bank match.
I went on them losing.
Oh, Jey Uso, yeah, because John Cena walks out.
No, John Cena hits fucking Logan Paul.
Hits Logan Paul with the championship.
Yeah.
Chad said, I'm very high off marijuana, but I'm here with a bigger smile.
Cena
always great to come here with a smile on. I appreciate it. We're also getting what they would call stoned. Looking at this men's Money in the Bank ladder match, though, I actually will say this. I do think that this will be the highlight of the night.
But I told you, Solo wins, cashes in on Jacob, and then, like he said, Jacob's going to bury JC Mateo and then kill Solo and get his belt back because he's not LA Knight. He's not jobbing up looking at the stars.
You and that LA Knight being a jobber. You know what? I'm going to have to do this for the sake of the stream. Tired of you talking shit on my guy. I didn't buy these for no fucking reason.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't buy these for no fucking reason. You can't even really see through these things.
You bought them because you made bad financial choices.
See through this shit.
You make bad financial choices. Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
Sports.
It's in the game. It's in the shades. He said, whatever Cena knows is going to be good at SummerSlam. LA Knight, yeah. I think.
So who wins the men's Money in the Bank? Come on, Booker Took.
I like it.
I mean, while he's deciding, I'm picking Seth Rollins.
He made it.
Let Danathan Daily take the floor, our guest for tonight.
You just like that amazing bracelet he bought. Show him your great bracelet. That great financial choice.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, best $15 I've ever spent.
I mean,
promote WWE, be sponsored so they can release you two tomorrow. You're hired and
put my Sleepless logo in the corner of the ring.
But
you said Seth Rollins wins, though.
Yeah, man.
Now, he gave a great take as to why he thinks that Solo's going to win. Why do you think Seth is going to win?
Because just on the rise they're at, man.
Yeah.
You got Paul Heyman and the Bronze. They just dominated everyone at SmackDown.
Yeah, he's actually got the best choice. I just went with the off the wall type shit.
Who I really want to win is El Grande Americano, though.
Oh, you're gonna love my take. You're gonna fucking love my take.
He ain't winning.
I think El Grande Americano's gonna win, but I want Mr. L.A. Knight, to win. But I think that Captain Gracias, El Grande Americano, aka Heidenreich, is going to win the Money in the Bank.
Before I go, because I have like 10 more minutes, I'm going to just share El Grande's story I have for everyone here.
Right before you share that, Chad said, honestly, I do not give a fuck who wins the men's Money in the Bank. Seth isn't going after Cena unless WWE is going to outdo themselves. They won't, parentheses. Yeah. Please share this story, though, on El Grande Americano, because it's hilarious.
So
set the precedent.
Okay, so this post, it's from WrestleMania's why... explain why El Grande Americano is Chad Gable. Explain this, and it shows their tattoos in the same spot. My explanation is, well, you see, Chad and El Grande had a great night drinking, talking about how great America is. They decided to commemorate the night by getting matching tattoos. Then I have this guy, Sam fucking Prime here. Just hold on one second.
Drop his whole government.
He's like, they are the same person. It's easy to, and I'm just like, it's easy to make that mistake because they are best drinking buddies. They act so alike. They're not drinking buddies. They are the same person. How do you know they're not the same drinking buddies? I mean, they travel together city to city. Are you keeping track of their nightlife? How do you know they're drinking buddies? You don't know them either. They got matching tattoos to commemorate their night together and the start of their friendship, obviously.
You make great points.
Yeah. They are the same person. That's why they have the same tattoo. I was the tattoo artist that night. I gave them matching tattoos. Sure you were, and I was ex-president of the United States. I didn't want to say it earlier, but it sounds like just as silly as Chad and Grande being the same person. You got to stay humble now that you know their origin story. The origin story is that Chad Gable didn't have anything good for him right now in the WWE, so the creative team decided to create a new gimmick for him to have a somewhat decent storyline. That is his origin story. I'm just like, that's some good fantasy booking.
Shut his ass straight down.
He's like, no, that's the truth. WWE should hire you on the creative team. That story would be president.
Because El Grande should be revealed.
Obviously, Mark Henry is El Grande. I've been trying to say that.
And see,
he's just like, that storyline's already happened.
What I would do is unveil him to be someone else. Just like when
God.
Owen Hart, the Blue Blazer, and he was Coco Beware.
It's Ludwig.
Yeah.
It's like
he was like, that storyline's already happened. I don't think they are. They're paying 2 different contracts for them. Gable and Grande each take up a spot on the main roster. Dude, imagine them being the tag team champions. That would be some great booking. And he's like, they can't be a tag team. They are the same person. I'm like, I know it contradicts your booking, but my idea isn't bad either.
Vince Russo got a boner, by the way.
Yeah. Best drinking buddies becoming champs and representing the greatness of America. Thank you. Gracias.
Who else has the same tattoos as Chad Gable? It has to be him.
I mean, that's how they got matching tattoos. They had such a great night together, man.
Didn't you get? You were the tattoo artist.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw it all unfold. Clearly not the same.
I don't want to bring it out. Like I had to.
You were trying to protect kayfabe, but you were like, "Hey, I have to let him know that you know."
Yeah.
I mean, Chad Gable let El Grande borrow his boots. I mean, that's what a good friend would do. I'd let you all borrow my boots.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all are size 12 or not, but we could work it out.
Everyone agreed with me, and that's like the only logical answer.
I mean, it really is, if you think about it. I mean, if you think El Grande's Chad Gable, I mean, you know, when you live under a barn? Wait a minute, Dan. You're El Grande Americano. Whoa!
I don't know. That's a twist, man.
I never thought about that.
I don't think so.
Guess what? Every time I've seen El Grande on TV, Dano's never been over.
That's true.
I've
Whoa.
never seen him.
Whoa! I think he solved this.
I mean,
You didn't plan on coming over tomorrow. El Grande's in the Money in the Bank.
It's Elias, to be honest.
That is true.
No, I think he makes a great point. I think he is.
I'm not El Grande Americano. I'm El Presidente.
Case closed.
Yeah.
You said case closed, buddy. You're El Grande.
So your take is El Grande wins it all and cashes.
El Grande represents El Presidente.
And you're going to cash in on me. Steal my show.
I took the lead in the battles, so.
Oh! Goes with the story!
I finally took that lead, but.
At the end of next Sleepless Radio, I get the W. No, I don't. Dan cashes in. Powerbomb through the table.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit. He solved it. You said you thought it was Elias.
Yeah.
What if it was Elijah?
Elijah got fired. Elias never did.
He stole the show when he won the Versus. Sorry, but he won. They're building your feud. They're building our feud. We have a SummerSlam match.
Right, but...
El Tugurtente versus El Presidente. We're fighting for the Oval Office.
Fighting for the Oval Office.
The Oval Office contract is hanging above the ring. Vince Russo right now. Vince Russo's jerking off. He loves this idea. But if we can reel this thing back in by any means before we get to our Q&A, because I know he's going to ask us some great fucking questions. Let's see what we got cooking here. They don't recognize my face. I got shades. I got El Grande or LA Knight. You got Solo. You got
Cashing out.
Oh, I got Seth.
Well, I'm curious to see what y'all got. I'm curious to post on
I'm
TikTok,
ready for
Reddit,
my
Next,
question.
and Reddit. Well, let's dive right into it. How about Danathan Daily, because he's getting ready to go, and I know that he should probably ask first here. What do you got first, Danathan Daily?
What?
Hit us with a question. It's Q&A time.
Oh, fuck. Shit, I didn't really put too much thought into this fucking shit.
Neither does he. You're right on par with the show. You're right at home. We just shoot, buddy. We're Cowboy Bebop over here. He said, I really hope anybody else wins but El Grande in the Money in the Bank.
Okay.
El Grande's going to win.
Just based on our picks on the Money in the Bank, who do you think they cash in on?
Oh, I told you. Jacob.
They cash in on
So
Jacob.
cash in on
that's
Jacob.
true.
So I
That's
figured so cool. But I like where you went with your question.
Yeah.
Because that'd be nice to know where El Grande cashes in.
Whoever wins is going to cash in on Monday night because Jey Uso's battling Gunther. And if I go by what I'm saying, this is Gunther's last match in WWE. Jey Uso's going to go over clean. Jey Uso's going to beat him. And then Jey Uso is going to get cashed in on by whoever wins the Money in the Bank. If that is El Grande, it's El Grande. But if whoever that makes more sense to me.
That's my take.
That makes more sense.
I just stole your take.
A face has to win. A heel isn't cashing in on Cena.
I steal that take because I 100% believe that.
I like that too.
Okay. So what female cashes in?
And on who?
True. I would say Roxanne.
'Cause I'm pretty sure me and him are going to be agreeing on this. Because ours only goes one way.
Well, you're looking at Tiffy and you're looking at EO.
Yeah.
It's 100% you.
Yeah. Tiffy might get cashed in by your choice. I can't remember your choice.
Naomi.
Yeah.
I'm wrong with what I got.
Yeah.
I'm wrong with what I got. Naomi cashes in on Tiffy time. It's Naomi time. It's proceed with caution time.
Danger.
I go with Naomi.
Danger.
I go with Naomi.
Okay.
I think that's how you get Naomi over.
All
right. I mean, if you want to go that route, get her back over. I'm not like I used to like Naomi a lot back in the day.
I wish WWE did heel versus heel, but Cena's only fighting faces. You said you liked what?
I mean, just for Naomi, I liked her back in the day, but she doesn't have that same star power she had back then.
See, I think she's regained it with the heel status.
I don't. It's all right.
I think it's the best push she's received in years. I almost feel like it'd be hard to argue that. She was floating around catering for a while before she got dumped and then went to TNA, got super over as Trinity.
Okay, she didn't get dumped.
She got dumped.
She walked out.
She left.
Oh, yeah, with Sash.
Yeah.
With Mercedes Monet.
And Mercedes,
CEO.
Mercedes figured out how to get paid by doing nothing.
Yeah.
Mastered it.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking mastered it.
And then Naomi learned how to do something.
Learn how to work great as a heel. Would you like another soda?
No, I'm about to leave.
About to head out?
Yeah.
Well, thank you to our special guest, Danathan Daily Jr., the motherfucking third, a.k.a. El Presidente.
Let's go see you, brother.
Before I have you plug your own YouTube channel, I did just want to say thank you once again for joining us during Sleepless Radio tonight. You got your dub 8-4. Motorhead versus Fozzy. Much earned, much deserved. You caught that bitch in spades. With that being said, I'll hit you with the double dap. Walk you out here, and me and Scotty Two Stone are gonna hit each other with a couple of questions. I don't care about the women's match, to be honest.
Take care.
Oh, he said I'm only watching to see their booties. But Danathan Daily hit him with an outro.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for joining us. Glad I could be a part of this. Until next time, for sure. Yeah, you can check out my channel, El Presidente. It's like a gaming channel. It's just no commentary, retro games. But
he's a gamer.
It's kind of cool.
Recommend checking it out, man.
It's very, very. I'm only on like 1978.
That's why we keep the love high and the hate low. He said, "Appreciate you, Dano. Get home safely."
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Couldn't agree more. I'm gonna walk you out, and then we're gonna continue to talk some pro wrestling. Great fucking W.
Peace out, guys.
I can't wait to ask Scotty Two Stone my question. I got a fire one, and I can't wait to see what he's gonna ask too. I'm keeping the glasses on too.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, he's not. Big LA Knight fan. I feel bad for him for all the pins he has to watch every time he's in the ring. It's funny. I told him LA Knight ain't a main eventer. Jey Uso was. Look who holds a real belt now. Who keeps hot potatoing that U.S. belt around.
All right. So now it's my question.
No, let me ask my question first. I think you appreciate mine.
Appreciate it. Hit me. Ask me first. Ask away.
Yesterday, last time we talked, I do believe I talked about underrated or overrated wrestlers.
Overrated wrestlers. Yes, you did.
How about we do greatest tag teams of all time?
All right. All right. Fair enough. I like that question.
I'm sure you do.
I like that question. I got another one in my mind immediately after you just jobbed me out like that, but I got you. All right. Mount Rushmore. Greatest tag teams of all time. Let's buckle down. See what we got here. Do you want me to go one for one with you, or do you want me to name my four and you name your four?
You
we go one for one? All right. Do you want to work our way?
No particular order.
I can go in order if you want.
No
particular order. All right. That makes it easier. Most underrated tag team, chat says, of all time is RVD and Rey Mysterio. I love that tag team, but I'll raise you one better. I loved RVD and Kane better. But that's just my taste. But Mount Rushmore tag teams of all time.
Are you talking about like teams that stayed together for years? Or just kind of like one-off tag teams? Like Rock and Sock Connection?
They can be makeshift. Yeah, they can be makeshift. I'm glad that you threw that out.
Just for a segment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like even just like a spot. Like
Rock and Sock is definitely not up there because they're not a real
I wouldn't put them. No.
But I'm just saying.
So to kick off my Mount Rushmore, if I'm just throwing out my first one, I'm going to go with Dudley Boys. That's my guys. I'm talking about tag teams who won championships. Well, nobody won more championships than the Dudley Boys. So give me Dudley Boys number one. It's going down.
Not on my list.
Not anywhere in your four? No Dudley Boys.
Heart Foundation. multiple championships, carried it for a long period of time. Granted, I know it's really before your time. I was thinking Mega Powers, but that was only a segment thing, and that was the two biggest wrestlers of all time.
I mean, obviously, I got nothing but
Hulk
respect for
Hogan
the
still have a
Hardys.
career, brother. If Terry Bollea didn't sandbag him, dude, fucking Fred's wife on camera and say the N-word multiple times, brother.
So you're going with Hart Foundation.
Absolutely. Bret Hart, Jim Anvil.
All right, then we'll keep
or
this.
you can go Bret Hart, Owen Hart. I'll take either one.
All right, well, then we'll keep this traditional Sleepless Radio fashion. But Chad says, my favorite tag teams, this is a bold statement, Lucha Bros. Hands down, they are amazing. Shout out the Lucha Bros. Love the Lucha Bros. Penta and Rey Fenix, love them.
Definitely.
I'm a big Penta guy, though.
Definitely top modern tag team.
Oh, 100%.
This generation.
Only a matter of time before WWE brings them back. But now you got to give your number 2 if we're doing traditional Sleepless Radio fashion.
I'll say the Hardy Boys.
Hardy Boys number 2. That's a great one. Hard to argue that. Number 2. Based on everything that I've watched and based on everything that I've heard Devon talk about and everything that I've heard Undertaker and Kane talk about and everything that I've watched, I'm going to throw this out there. That is a great choice. Chat said Harlem Heat, my guy.
The fucking late 90s.
Love Booker T and his brother.
Stevie
However,
Ray.
for my number 2.
We're coming for you, Hogan.
Yeah. Number 2, though, I'm going to say I want to Road Warriors. Stalling. Road Warriors.
That's a great no-sell team. No-sold all the moves. I watched him take tombstones and get up quicker than the Undertaker. But you're right, man. They had that great fucking thing, man. Great, perception. And then they stuck him with the motherfucking dummy. Ellsworth. Or not Ellsworth.
Heidenreich.
Oh, no, that was LOD 2000. Now you're a different LOD, but yeah.
He brought it up earlier. He said Heidenreich should come out as El Grande Americano with the LOD. Legion of
Is that when he pushed one of them off the Hawk or Animal off the fucking Triton?
Yep, Hawk. For some reason, they decided to push off Hawk.
Because I was thinking maybe, okay, no, there's 2 for me.
All right, so for my number 3, because now it's number 3 time. I mentioned their names, and again, this isn't a team that was long-lasting, but it was a team that I grew up with that I fucking loved, and I admired the shit out of them, and I loved all of their work. In fact, they had a great feud with my favorite tag team of all time. So for my 3rd favorite tag team of all time, I got to put on for my guys. I know you're going to hate it. Diss on me all you want. Give me Brothers of Destruction, Kane and Undertaker. That's my 3rd favorite tag team of all time.
Kane's best tag team.
No, but it was the most fun.
You know who I'm going with? For just entertainment value, they held championships. Granted, they didn't do shit outside the company, really. But the New Age Outlaws.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
Come on, finish it.
Shit, don't do that to me. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is the New Age Outlaws. Something like that, no?
Okay. But anyway.
It's been a long time.
You got the beginning part of it.
That's why I was like, oh, fuck, I don't remember the rest.
And guess what? And how many years ago was that? A long time ago. But you still said it.
That's a great point. I do still remember that shit in verbatim.
Like LOD, what their start out with? What a rush. But you didn't say it, so obviously you didn't remember that. I'm just saying, at least you remember my tag team. You don't even remember the start of your tag team.
You better ask somebody. Yeah, I remember that.
Part of it.
Remember that shit big time. All right, now you got to give your 4, though.
Oh, my 4. We need a modern day tag team.
We do? All right, I'll go with you.
I've hit all the different generations, 80s, 90s, 2000s.
Yeah, you have. We got no particular order. Dudley Boys, Rock and Sock, Ray and Rob, they were definitely dope. And the Lucha Bros. I like that Mount Rushmore. I like that Mount Rushmore. That's a good Rushmore.
Absolutely.
I respect it big time.
So do I.
Thank you for giving it. So to complete your 4, what's your 4?
Oh, it's taking me a second. I won't be wrong. It's got to be modern day. New Day.
It's the New Day!
Because they got it over.
Dude, I
They
have
can
the
go
New Day
heel
characters
face.
on fucking Gears of War. I paid $20 for that.
The heel face. Seem like genuinely nice people. Fun to be with. Hang out with.
They are a great group. They are a phenomenal
I mean,
group.
they were having people eating pancakes out of their jobs.
You say, I gotta say the Hardys, yeah. I mean, New Day's been incredible, though. Like, you know what? I can't argue that.
If they handed you a pancake out of their dirty jocks, you would eat it.
You say I eat this fucking CM Punk bracelet out of Drew McIntyre's dick. So, of course, I'd eat the pancakes out of the fucking Big E jock. So
But you've seen people actually do that.
Yeah, no shit. And the Bootios.
Yeah.
You can't forget the cereal. I wanted a box of Bootios.
Pancakes, not floor, just remember.
Pancakes, not what?
Floor.
No.
If you're in the Royal Rumble, it's not floor. You can stand on pancakes.
I know we talked about R-Truth earlier, and I'm only going to bring it up briefly, but when they said he was when he got released, there was one clip that I loved so much about R-Truth. When he entered the Royal Rumble match and put a ladder in the middle of the ring, and Kane's looking at him like, what are you doing? And he gets up there and he's reaching like, what the fuck? That was absolutely.
Well, who's your 4?
Well, I'm going to try to do it. And thankfully, I have shades on and a hat. So I'm going to see if I can do it. If not, it's going to really suck. But my 4th favorite all-time tag team is a tag team that I grew up with. But I want to give an honorable mention.
Pretty Deadly?
Close. The 15 Seconds of Fame, Edge and Christian. I've always been a big Edge fan. I've always been a big Adam Copeland. I'm an Edge head. I have the Rated R Superstar chain hanging from a Jack Daniels bottle over there, brother. I'm a huge Adam Copeland fan, huge Edge fan. I loved Edge and Christian, and I'm a huge Christian fan. Fuck your deadbeat dads.
You know what Edge do for you, brother?
Same
thing Terry Bollea do to you, brother. You gotta be careful with your wife.
Yeah, my wife would never sit next to Edge on a plane.
Or Hogan.
But definitely not Edge.
Or Ric Flair.
He said, ooh, Edge and Christian, I forgot about them. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, they've done both so much. That team has done so great.
Much, but he forgot about him.
Who? Oh, okay, I see your point. But see, they had such a great run, though. Like, you can't mention the Hardys and the Dudleys without mentioning Edge and Christian. And I was always more big on Edge and Christian.
Did I mention the Dudleys?
I did.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You mentioned the Hardys.
Yes, I did.
So now I got to mention Edge and Christian.
Yes.
Because that's TLC 1 and 2.
So you didn't put the Hardys on.
Yeah, that's a good point. I did say that.
I didn't put the Dudleys. You didn't put the Hardys.
I love the Hardys, but you know what it is? At the end of the day, I know this is going to be a hot take because a lot of people would think I would sway the other way. But if somebody said you can keep one Hardy on your roster, who do you want? Give me Matt. Clip it.
I'd get rid of Devon.
Okay.
One gimmick he got over. Brother Devon?
Reverend
Testify.
Devon. Yeah,
Testify,
with Batista.
my brother.
He had Batista with a collar on.
You didn't name them, did you?
That wasn't even really a tag team. Batista was a glorified valet at the time.
I'm just saying. Devon ain't doing shit outside there.
Points are made. Points are definitely made. You said Jeff over Matt Hands. Jeff
Absolutely.
over Matt Hands. See, I love Jeff.
Matt,
I don't want that to make it sound like I don't love Jeff Hardy because I love Jeff Hardy.
Matt Hardy is the Marty Jannetty of that team.
All right, I'm going to ask you a question then. We're shooting, right? Who has the better gimmick? Who has the better gimmick?
Tables.
Delete.
Daredevil.
All Jeff Hardy does is giving a fucking inverted peace sign and giving a swanton.
He dances.
Jeff?
He dances.
Matt has the better gimmick. And
But
see,
Jeff
that's
is
what I'm
over
saying.
more. Jeff's over more.
Jeff's over more. I'm not arguing that. Jeff
Matt-
Hardy has
Matt
always been
always-
over more.
Matt also
But you
has
can't
the-
tell me that it has better
But you
character
gotta
work than Matt
think,
Hardy.
Matt doesn't have the weirdest fucking gimmick either, though.
What's Jeff's gimmick?
Jeff don't need diving off shit.
I'm a recovering alcoholic that likes to flip off of shit. Yeah, let's
Same
go
gimmick-
there.
The same gimmick Darby Allin has.
He's sober
So is Jeff right now, maybe.
right now.
Allegedly.
Maybe it is.
Allegedly.
It is Florida Eastern time. No, I'm kidding. We love Jeff Hardy. I wish the best for Jeff
Matt
Hardy.
has the better
Key
gimmick,
love, I
but
halo.
it's
You know
also
I ain't
the
wishing nothing but
more
love.
confusing gimmick. Matt has a more confusing gimmick.
Jeff's never to me had a gimmick.
He doesn't.
The gimmick has
But
been,
who's
hey, I'm
over
gonna
more?
flip off shit.
Who's over more?
Jeff. And you'll never hear me argue that. I would not argue that. But I thought version 1 Matt Hardy was great. I thought delete Matt Hardy was great. I thought him and the Wyatt family was great. I'm a big Matt Hardy guy.
But everyone has a Marty Jannetty in their tag team.
And I thought Jeff was the
New
Marty
Day
Jannetty
had
of that
fucking
tag team.
Xavier to be the Marty Jannetty.
Xavier is clearly the Marty Jannetty of that tag team.
Yeah.
He never even got close to a title belt, let alone even a mid-card title, let alone a main title. Chat's going, Jeff's gimmick is different. They made him the drug addiction gimmick, which he does deserve that, but I think that's pretty low for
Oh,
Vince.
no, he had Willow.
He had a ballroom. He actually had a barroom brawl against Sheamus while recovering.
Yeah.
I think that was during the COVID era, too.
But are you ready for another question?
Hit me.
Because I stole your question.
Yeah, so now I got to hit you with a question, asshole. Because you created a great question.
Worst gimmick.
Whoa, all right. We're getting hit with another question. He said, yeah, Sheamus tried to get him to real. Yeah, he did. Tried to get him to drink a Guinness.
Really laughs all right.
So to answer one more question from you before we get my question and we kick it off to the chat.
Unless he has
You said worst gimmick ever.
Yeah.
Worst gimmick, as in it didn't get over?
Like match. Like match.
Worst gimmick match?
Like match stipulation gimmick.
All right, well, I'll give you worst gimmick and I'll give you worst gimmick match. I'll answer both of these.
Eugene. Love that.
I love Eugene. I'll never hate on Eugene.
You know, he didn't want to do it at first, but then he really got into it because then he realized he inspired other people like that to wrestle or that they can do it.
Yeah, and it ended up being a positive thing, which I'm glad that you spread light on that because that was good. We're not making fun of it necessarily. It was just he somehow got that over. Worst gimmick match though of all time's got to be Judy Bagwell on a pole.
Okay.
Judy Bagwell on a fork. No, it was not even on a pole. It was Judy Bagwell on a forklift.
Absolutely.
That's the worst gimmick match of all time. That's a joke. Fuck Buff Bagwell. Fuck Judy Bagwell. That match should have never have happened. He said, I love Eugene, but they made him mentally incapable. I loved how he handled it. Yeah, he sold it, man. He sold it.
He did the best with the shit gimmick.
Perry Saturn went moppy. I mentioned that earlier on Sleepless Radio.
That's because he beat the shit out of someone. Eugene didn't do shit and got stuck with that gimmick.
Oh, yeah. Perry Saturn beat the shit out of a local jobber in a dark match. Remember that shit? Good memory on
dropped him on his head. And he's like, oh, fuck you, dude. Watch this.
Fucking, yeah, yeeted him right outside the ropes.
Hold on, New Jack.
Onto the steps.
This is where you learn shit, New Jack.
I love how much New Jack gets mentioned. But as we were saying, though, with worst gimmick of all time, I said worst gimmick match. Now I got to say worst gimmick. Worst gimmick for me. Say something. Here we go. First thing that comes to my brain, as much as I love the gimmick, I truthfully think that Muhammad Hassan needed to be turned into something different. I think that was a bad gimmick. I think that gimmick costed him a whole career, and that's what turned him into being a principal. He never wrestled again. So that's why I say worst gimmick. That's what popped in my head. You gave him that gimmick.
Hassan?
Muhammad Hassan.
Yeah.
Because he said he got it over, and then when the London bombings happened, he said she goes, I showed up to work, like I always show up to work.
Yeah.
And he goes, I showed up, and Vince said, yeah, by the way, we're buying you out of your contract tonight. You're going to lose on Great American Bash to Undertaker. He goes, it's a squash. He goes, we're going to open up the pay-per-view with. And Muhammad's like, well, can I at least go back to developmental? And Vince was like, you're too controversial of a character. And Muhammad Hassan's like, well, can I at least switch? And Vince was like, yeah, no. And that's when Muhammad Hassan said, man, fuck pro wrestling. I'm done. And you know what? I can't blame him. Because he got that gimmick over, which was a shit gimmick. It was a shit gimmick. And he got it mega over. And then the London bombings happened, which RIP to all those victims, not shaming them at all by any means. But he was dealt a shit hand. So I would say that's the worst gimmick. And if that's not the worst gimmick, I would say Owen Hart is the blue beanie.
The blue what?
The blue beetle. Sorry. Whatever he ascended from the sky as and died as.
Blue blazer?
Blue blazer, sorry.
That was a great gimmick.
It was a shit gimmick.
You had Coco Beware being
that gimmick killed him.
No.
He fell on the turnbuckle.
Vince being
It
cheap.
killed him.
He never did that intro before. Vince being cheap fucked him.
Chat goes, my guy, I love this dude, man. Oh, Perry was the worst one. I also think Vince tried to bury Santino, but Santino turned. Yeah, he turned the fucking shit gimmick into fucking gold. Cobra versus Mr. Sacco. Yeah, I agree. Well, let's not forget the dude with the Stormtrooper helmet. Oh, God.
Shockmaster.
Oh, the shot.
That's how you kill a gimmick. Seconds.
Hold on.
Dead. And they left it in there on purpose. That was pre-recorded, and they left that in there on purpose. It's like, what the fuck? No wonder you're out of business.
He fucking tumbled right through. He was dead on him. That is the definition of DOA. He shot Shaq. Yeah, that was DOA. That was dead on arrival. Shockmaster had no chance. Oh my God. The Shockmaster got mentioned.
So I was thinking worst gimmick match. I was thinking ladder match, like the Money in the Bank, just because it's a spot fest. But I'm gonna say Royal Rumble.
Clip it.
Royal
Rumble?
30 men. Only 3 of them have a shot of winning it when you look at it. The other ones are just there for filler. You watch them do a move or two, and then they sit in the corner until the next spot's called. Laying on the ropes. Doing nothing.
It's choreographed.
Doing nothing.
It's probably the most produced match of the year.
It has to be produced because you got 30 input on the match. 30 people trying to do one move to get the fuck out of the way for the next person. So
and you got my guy going, hold on, that don't work for me.
And then you got, because how many people you thought was going to win the Royal Rumble last year?
Couple.
How many year before when you knew Cody was it?
It's always a couple.
The year before.
Oh, that year I probably thought Cody.
You know Cody was winning back-to-back years.
I knew he was winning the first year. I wasn't 100% sure if he won the second year.
Okay.
He said Shockmaster died as soon as he premiered.
And then you got worst gimmick.
What you got? Because there's been some rough gimmicks.
Huh.
They almost made Undertaker the fucking turkey.
Because you had fake Diesel, fake Razor.
Fake Diesel, fake Razor. Don't forget Isaac Yankem.
Yeah.
Original Kane gimmick. That was...
You had Nails.
How about Kevin Thorne? The Vamp.
I like Kevin Thorne. I like
Vampire
dude. Vampire brother, dude.
Sorry, Shockmaster is the worst gimmick by TV. Yeah, Shockmaster was... I'll be honest, that is a great pick, because if you think about it, that gimmick died within seconds.
Booger Man, the guy that
the Boogeyman?
Booger Man.
The
guy that ate all the food and got sick. That's why he missed the Royal Rumble. This 1 year.
That's a good one.
But at least, okay.
Kevin Thorne has more TV time than Shockmaster.
Who was the Shockmaster? You remember who the Shockmaster was?
I don't remember who it was.
Earthquake.
Oh, fuck.
An actual decorated wrestler. That's the funny part, and that's why I felt bad for him. Kevin Vampire was not a decorated wrestler, but he was a cool vampire dude. He got to wrestle the Zombie Brothers, the ECW Zombie dude.
He looked like he bought that shit from Party City. He looked like he fucking bought that fucking costume from a fucking local store.
Like, I felt bad for fucking Sean O'Hare when he got paired with Rowdy Piper as punishment for nothing. That was a shit gimmick. You're doing great with the devil's advocate. Here's Roddy Piper to take that shit. Karrion Kross's gimmick.
With the helmet?
Yes.
When he came out with the red helmet, that was a crazy one. Now Karrion Kross. I love Karrion Kross.
He's going to be the next one gone.
He's going to probably get released.
He got over on his own. We know how
WWE does not like
how
that.
well that worked for Zack Ryder. Off the fucking cliff you go in that wheelchair, brother. We don't need you. Can't fix that problem for us.
Long Island Ice too, brother. Let me tell you something, dude. How's the bottom of that Titantron taste, dude? That's what I think of you, brother. No, that's a very good point, though. Now I guess that would
a rhinestone fucking stormtrooper helmet. That's how you make a Shockmaster helmet.
He goes with the drunk ass. All right, my guy. Everybody tuned in live, watching. Bumps and Bruises, thank you. We appreciate the love. Love y'all. Observing stuff, you're my guy. Dr. Observation. Dr. Ob. I appreciate y'all big time. What do you got for us? Hit us with some questions. Q&A. Clip it up. What you got? Hit us with some questions. He's stoned, I'm drunk. It's a good combo.
I can't wait for your questions after I stole your question. What's your question, Luke? Why we killed time for him to type in a question?
Who's the top 4 greatest Intercontinental Champions of all time?
Oh, Razor.
That's my number 2.
Gunther.
He's both. Perfect. Even better. We love it on this show.
Gunther. Modern day.
All right. You want modern day.
So I went 90s and modern day.
All right.
For 2.
You said Gunther and Razor.
Yeah.
I would say now for me.
So I went 90s and 20s.
I'm going to go Shawn Michaels and Razor.
Okay. Oh, it's real life. They didn't have a use for.
Yeah, feel free to ask another question. We can make that one real quick. That one's definitely real life. There's no way he don't post that tweet and that.
But he's going to turn it into a work because that's what our truth does.
Because he knows how to.
He knows how to fuck it. This is like
make entertainment.
How do I do it? He got some OnlyFans.
He already. Jake, you owe me coke. He already just started an OnlyFans. He's gonna be successful. But no, that's not the best work. If anything, the Gunther thing that you were saying is a work. That's him going along with it. That I would agree with. So our truth isn't over yet. No, of course not. What he's gonna probably do is he's gonna sign to TNA, like I said earlier, and he's gonna probably do that thing that you also mentioned earlier that I agreed with, where he's gonna act as if he's still on WWE and wonder where all these people are and why they're there.
Or recognize people he ain't seen in years.
Yeah, I mean that's.
And almost call them by their other name.
He said, "Who the hell wants to see an R-Truth OnlyFans?" A lot of people don't know this about OnlyFans. That doesn't necessarily mean that like he's posting his dick. Like that could just be him through his everyday life. Like I follow, not an OnlyFans, but I follow Sonya Deville, aka Tony, and I forget her wife's name. God forgive me. In fact, I just forgot her name. Tony and Sonya. Anyways, long story short story long, I follow their shit, and they don't really post anything lewd like that or anything along those lines, and it's still good content. But to go back to what we're talking about,
you're just a mark for wrestlers, and that's okay.
I'm a mark. I don't mind it. I don't hide it.
Who's your 1 and 2? You said,
Shawn Michaels and Razor. I agree with you on that. As the top 4 greatest.
I'm going Macho Man because he could never get hold of the real belt because Hogan had to keep him under his thumb. He's like, hold on there, dude. You're too far over with that elbow drop. We all know it's the leg drop that sells, brother.
The leg drop that broke his back, brother.
But yeah, so I go Hulk Hogan.
Macho Man.
Macho Man.
Number 3.
Hulk Hogan's the dick.
I got a wrestler. I got an action figure signed by him. In fact, I'm going to go grab it while we're live.
Ooh, Jeff Jarrett?
Nope. It was actually the first wrestler
Talk, man.
that I ever got to meet live, and he's clutching a card, and Forky's behind him, and in fact, he's clutching a Devon Dudley. But I got this wrestler signed. That wrestler that I'm talking about is RVD. Bam. So I absolutely love RVD, my 3rd favorite Intercontinental Champion of all time. Forky's holding on to him. I got my RVD signed. He's one of the 3 wrestlers that I've met besides RVD, it was Shelton Benjamin and John Cena. Who beat Cena at SummerSlam? That's a great question as well.
No one. Cena wins.
Cena retains at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Well, as of after tonight, he has 21 dates left. So if SummerSlam's a date, then that means that would be one date less on his retirement farewell tour.
Either Cena's going to lose the final day of his date or the day before.
I think he loses at what WWE bought the trademark for, which is the Ruthless Aggression pay-per-view.
I think he loses Hammerstein Ballroom, completes that circle.
Ruthless Aggression.
Where they chant.
Ruthless Aggression.
If Cena wins, we
That's
riot.
the rumored venue.
If Cena wins, we riot.
It's revamped, but yeah, that's where it's rumored to be.
I know it's revamped.
I think that would be great if he did it against CM Punk.
I've watched a couple wrestling shows there.
You've been to him?
No, I'm saying
watch.
recently.
Also, the two wrestlers who can never be replaced is RVD and Ray. I'm sad that they're getting old. That means I'm getting old. Cena has to lose eventually. Yeah, I don't think Cena leaves wrestling with the belt.
I do. He's going to ruin wrestling. That would be the best way to ruin
I think he loses to Punk or Cody. But I love RVD and Rey Mysterio. As somebody who met RVD, he was so nice to me as a kid. He was awesome.
They get rid of fucking Triple H. And then they start having fucking different classes, and they try to do a UFC style with weight classes. Fuck it all up. And Cena has both belts, so he retired with all the belts so they could do some stupid shit like that. Stupid shit. It's The Rock.
You have a good angle.
Rock's gonna fuck shit up. Rock's gonna rock.
Final boss, Myla Rhodes.
But anyway, so I need to name my fourth one. So I'm gonna.
I didn't name my fourth.
You can name your fourth.
All right, Shawn Michaels, Razor, RVD. My fourth favorite Intercontinental Champion of all time. I named him earlier. And I'm going to name drop him again for my fourth favorite Intercontinental Champion of all time because I think he deserved a main event push, and unfortunately, he was just never gifted that.
Right back.
I want the gold standard. Now an AEW member. Give me Shelton Benjamin, the second wrestler I ever met. Love Shelton Benjamin. Cena can't leave with the belt. I watched Rey Mysterio twice in my life, and he does crazy moves. At this point, I've been to like 30 WWE shows, roughly. Give or take a couple, maybe 2 or 3. Been to Survivor Series 2004. Been to TLC 2014. And I went to SummerSlam last year with Scotty Two-Stone. We just didn't meet up with each other. You were busy getting high, and I was busy getting drunk. Imagine that. I can tell you.
I was there.
We were there. In spirit.
I had better seats than you for cheaper.
Don't rub it in.
Okay, I won't. Don't be bad.
Never am.
Tell me I wasn't there.
Only 4 WWE shows. What were they? Now we ask you questions. What were they?
Santino
Marella. John Cena. Batista.
Did awesome with the belt.
Oh, that's your 4?
Yeah.
The Cobra versus the
sock.
Sock. I love Santino, man. You couldn't ask for better comedy work than Santino Marella.
I always buy WWE tickets the day of the show. Like, as the show starts.
Then you got Captain FOMO over here. Good shit way ahead of time.
I hit the scalpers when they're losing money.
However, though, I'm copying your idea this time. I'm waiting to the day of SmackDown. And I told her, I said, if we go, we're going to know the day of.
Look at that happens at the next SmackDowns. Look up tickets right when it starts.
Ooh! Chad went to a pay-per-view. My guy. Money in the Bank 2010. Nice. Never seen a Money in the Bank. The others were SmackDown and Raw episodes. Nice. Yeah, I've been to live events. I've been to house shows, whatever you call them. Pay-per-views that I mentioned. I've been to more SmackDowns than I've been to Raws. It always seemed like SmackDowns came more often.
But yeah, just hit up SmackDown. Like, where are they at next week?
You said I was a seat filler. I didn't pay shit the last time I went.
That's the question I've always wanted to know. How the fuck do you get that job?
Yeah, how do you get the seat filler job? Fill us in. You're on the clock. Join us in the hot seat. Come on now. I want to know how I get the seat filler. Jesus Christ.
As fuck. I just wait till like the show 5 minutes after the show starts and buys the ticket.
He's over here getting the seat filler treatment. Let us in.
AEW has plenty of them. Me and Bobo was watching them all night long.
Dude, not Will Ospreay going all over the ring going, oh, everybody's here. He said, my friend got me in there and his mom helped him. Hey, however y'all get in. Well, before we get ready to close this thing out, I want to get some questions. Hit us. He said, I was only a seat filler once. Okay, only one time. Only numero uno. Well, my good brother, my guy, thank you for lending us your time and energy and being tuned in and subscribed. We appreciate the love big time. Hit us with another question. What you got for us? Ask us fucking anything. Preferably wrestling related, but you can ask us something outside of wrestling. Doesn't necessarily have to be that. Don't ask us anything we could get canceled for. Let's see what you got.
Who can win a wrestling feud? Jadakiss or 50 Cent?
In a wrestling feud?
Who takes the pin?
50 Cent wins dirty. He said, oh, I got you. Predictions for tomorrow. Well, we kind of definitely shared that.
That's fine.
How about hot take it then?
Yeah.
You want to hot take it?
Okay.
All right. What about let's go a little crazy here. Let's dive into some madness.
Absolutely.
You said 50 beats Jada. He's way bigger than him.
He's gonna strong arm him.
Yeah, 100%. Even though they're both great internet guys.
They could build a good feud.
100%. Jadakiss, by the way, walked over Beanie Siegel during that beef. But for that question, to add some hot takes to it, because like I said, I got Naomi winning women's, I got LA Knight or El Grande winning men's, and I got Jey Uso Cody winning tag team. I got Lyra winning over Becky, Bayley, and her fears. He said, yeah, weak question. I'm high, guys, and I'm about to lay down. All right, about to get out of here. But, yeah, for a hot take, though, all right. Asuka returns.
She's getting fired.
No. She's coming back from injury.
She's getting fired.
She's been on the shelf for years, bro. Or not years, but she's been on the shelf for months, bro.
She's getting fired.
No.
Injury prone.
No.
Budget cuts.
Not Asuka. I love her theme. She's got one of the best Def Rebel themes I've seen. Def Rebel usually sucks. Emperor's tomorrow, you call my name. I love Asuka, bro. In New Japan, she was tearing shit up. Her and Kairi Sane got me going, this is awesome. Looking at my phone screen. That shit's gas, bro.
Okay.
To Caruso. Okay. Gas, bro.
Where's Kairi Sane at right now?
She's getting pins on the main roster.
Getting ready to get released too.
No. You're off on that one, brother. You're off the clock on that one. But me and Scotty Two-Stone, we're going to get out of here. We're going to get some gaming in. He said, Asuka age is amazing. She doesn't look anywhere near her age. Absolutely I agree not. So much. I love Asuka. I'm a big fan of New Japan wrestlers and Japanese wrestling in general. I think they take this. Kairi Sane, Asuka.
That are not in WWE.
Kazuchika Okada.
It's okay. At least you went to AEW. Name two that are still in New Japan. And you watch half their pay-per-view. Or at least one half of their
I love New Japan Pro Wrestling. NJPW. I'm a big fan. You may put me on the spot. And I disagree to encounter in that.
Disagree.
No, shout out New Japan, though. To be honest, I haven't been keeping up with them too much recently. One last question. Is AEW dead? No. No, that's a great question. That's a great question. Is AEW dead? I actually think that they're in a full revival right now.
They're in a restart.
I think they're in a fucking resurgence. I really like what AEW is doing right now. I stopped watching AEW 2 years ago.
I'm almost with them.
I love AEW.
I watch the pay-per-views, but I refuse to pay for them.
I like paying for them.
I refuse to.
I love you, Tony.
I fucking wish he'd book better. It was 2 years ago. Fuck. When he first started the company, amazing booking. Hangman beats Kenny Omega. Kills the company somehow. And then he's like, hold my beer. We're going to Death Rider this shit to the cliff's edge. And teeter it. We don't sure, but this might kill the company. It might save it. We're trying to rebrand and push it the right way. Get that goddamn belt out of that fucking briefcase. Please don't open it to a banana.
He agrees with you. Great. He said great booking back then. He agrees with you.
When did it die? When, the exploding barbed wire death match?
I personally think it died the moment that John Moxley
Eddie
became
Kingston-
AEW heavyweight
Eddie
champion.
Kingston just laying on top of John Moxley was the death blow. And him selling that shit thing for some reason.
I
I know
think
you-
Swerve and Danielson and All In was it. Or All Out was it.
See, he could tell me. I want to hear when he thinks it died.
Well, I can tell you when it died. I think it's in a resurgence period right now. I think it's in a renaissance. But let us know when you think it died, chat.
I think it was in the red. I think it's kind of there.
I need another beer.
The death match wasn't the stupidest shit ever. So is that what killed it? Was that death match and Eddie Kingston laying on top of John Moxley like he was just fucking shot?
Is that what he said?
He busted out laughing uncontrollably, like most of the fucking world did.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I called it almost right when he lost faith in it.
You
That
really
was
did.
right before Kenny Omega, because Kenny Omega beat him at the next pay, or Hangman, I think, beat him at the next pay-per-view at Revolution.
That sounds right. Yeah. That sounds about right. The thing with AEW is I think they're making a great resurgence right now because, one, their back is against the wall. Because that goes with why you asked that question in the first place. Is AEW dead? Because that is a valid question considering on how last year went for them. However, I think given everything that the recent actions of WWE has caused and given everything that AEW has been building on and doing, I really love what AEW's been building. I think they got some great shit going on over there. I got nothing but love and great things to say about AEW. And in fact, I will actually go on record to say that the past couple of Dynamites have been potentially, debatably, better than Raw and SmackDown.
Okay, because Full Gear is when I got back into wrestling for like really back into it full time, into the main stuff, and it was Cody Rhodes versus Chris Jericho, where Cody lost his opportunity to ever challenge for the belt again. MJF sold him out.
Continue, and then we'll answer.
And then they had friggin' the Kenny Omega versus John Moxley unsanctioned match to end the show. It was good matches then. Like, they sold perfectly. They tried to build the company the right way. And then it became just a pissing show. It became
hot shot booking.
Everybody wanted to get over.
Sting was one of the reasons. So, to answer that question, Sting had his retirement match last year at Revolution in a tag team match against the Bucks with Darby Allin. It was a great match. I highly recommend watching it.
Punk yelling from my house.
But yeah, he didn't like that glass spot. Phil Brooks, Phil wasn't liking that glass spot. Now Darby is a good. Yeah, I love Darby. Now see, I love Darby Allin. He just climbed Mount Everest.
I was hoping he was gonna cough and drop off that bitch. I don't
Cough
like
and drop
Darby
off the
Allin.
peak.
I hate his wrestling style.
That
That just reminds me, what happens to the four pillars of AEW? Can you even name all four pillars?
Not anymore, no.
Sammy Guevara, where the fuck's he at?
Tag teaming with Dustin.
Where's he at?
Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions.
Curtain jerking pre-shows.
He made it on the fucking PLE or pay-per-view last week.
Was he on the pay-per-view or was he on the pre-show?
Pay-per-view. He faced Hurt Syndicate. They lost.
Oh, yeah, they challenged for the belt.
Sammy took the pin.
Yeah. But he was a pillar. Where's Jungle Boy at?
Not on TV.
Him and CM Punk had a little tiffy.
Cry Me a River.
CM Punk got a great. Jack Perry was a dick about it. CM Punk stuff.
He loves Chris Jericho. He said, I can't name the 4 pillars of AEW other than Chris Jericho. I love Chris Jericho.
Wasn't one of them. He was one of the 4. Because it was Sammy Guevara, Jungle Boy, MJF, and...
I'm a Jericho-holic, by the way.
Oh, shit.
I'm a Jericho-holic with you. You're not alone. I'm a Jericho-holic. I'm a Y2Kadian.
Oh, Darby Allin. That was the 4th one. Darby Allin was the worst one. He had the worst moveset.
Personally, my favorite wrestler to come out of AEW is MJF.
Man, the problem.
MJF and Hangman.
Problem with Emo Cowboy.
I love him.
Sad Emo Cowboy.
I'll take MJF.
I'll take Swerve.
Whose house?
Swerve's house. But, like, Darby Allin, what's he do? He gets beat up, and then he wins by surprise pin.
And then he coughs and drops off the building.
But he wins by surprise pin or something stupid. Or at least that's how he used to be. Now he's just trying to set people on up.
You don't like MJF. Interesting. Chad not feeling him. I love MJF. I love a good heel.
He don't wrestle.
My name is Maxwell Jacob Freeman, and I'm better than you, and you know it.
He don't wrestle enough.
He don't. And I don't like that.
And that's his thing.
I don't respect that. Actually, you know what? I'll take that a step further. I don't respect that. As a wrestling fan, I don't respect that.
He has the Undertaker schedule.
Quit it. That's when Undertaker became part-time.
About his age? About his age, yeah.
I went to a couple live events and he performs. And don't do that to take. Don't do that to take. But, man, this is always so much fun. We got GM mode to play. I love answering this shit. Chat says, I called Darby... Okay, hold on. I called Darby skinny back. He gets beat up and then throws his skinny ass on people and somehow doesn't die. That's a good point.
That's all he does. That's why I don't like him. But when he throws somebody, he makes it believable because you can believe that dude can catch 20 pounds. You believe Wardlow's going to catch 20 pounds, but there's no reason he should be.
It's like
Wardlow.
Me. Let's just call it what it is. It's like me flipping off the ladder. You can catch me.
But there's no reason he should be beating Wardlow after Wardlow like just throws him around.
Valid point.
You know what Darby Allin moment I remember the most? When he jumped off that ladder out with that skateboard and he shattered his ankle.
The Darby Allin that I remember the most.
You fucking idiot.
The Darby Allin moment that I remember the most, it's a tie. When he got thrown down the steps, the concrete steps, because that's not easy. And then when he got thrown off the fucking ladder, when he got tipped off the ladder through the glass, he said, yeah, I don't want to take a spine bone to the face. Yeah, no shit. That was brutal. But with that being said, though, closing out of here this episode of Bumps and Bruises, we've had a blessed, wonderful weekend of sleepless shenanigans. Can't thank you enough to Scotty Two Stone, and even though he ain't here anymore, Danathan Daily for joining us as well on this episode of Bumps and Bruises as a guest. Keep love high and the hate low. Thank you to everybody who tuned in to Sleepless Radio episode 246. Thank you to everybody who tuned in to Pull Up a Chair episode 105. And thank you to everybody who tuned in to this episode of Bumps and Bruises. Peace out. I love y'all. Appreciate the love. Reciprocated right back to y'all. Big cheers, big pros. Let's have a blessed, wonderful night and wake up with a smile on and look in the mirror and say, I love you. With that being said, 29 candles out now. New merch available now. Scotty Two Stone, I know there's something you'd like to leave the good people with. What would you got?
Don't be a jobber, and wrestling's real and people are fake.
Boom. With that being said, keep love high and the hate low. Your ultimate sensei, Captain speaking. Peace.